Ah, it's Isaac. I think it's time for a challenge, personally. I think that's exactly the time. It's either gonna be Waka Waka or the host, and I'm just gonna let randoms... it's not random, I'm just gonna choose Waka Waka because I prefer the reward. Although both are actually pretty rewarding in their own way. So this one, you start off with anti-gravity and that stupid attractor thing that we got in the previous run as well. So that's gonna be fun. It's pretty kind of annoying actually, but at least you can sort of place landmines this way because like all the enemies are going to get drawn into your tiers, and this combination does sort of work with this particular attack. I still don't like it very much, but it's better than like normal tiers at least. So, and with normal tiers I mean like the magnet thing with just normal tiers. Like at least now you can just sort of go away. You can keep the enemies at bay fairly easily. As long as there's stuff like this and you just have like a lot of room, you can very easily do this. Plus you can still shoot them as well. Like there's no real thing stopping you from doing that either. Took some damage there, but I'm not really too bothered about that. And just gonna try and not to die, really. Gonna try to lure as many enemies as possible into my little magnetic landmines over here. And we seem to be doing a pretty okay job so far. And hopefully we can retain this good jobness during the entirety of this session. And we will see if that's actually true. And hopefully, like the things I'm kind of hoping for in our devil deals are stuff like brimstone. So I can just basically disregard pretty much the entire challenge and just use brimstone instead, because I am not a fan of this. Not a fan of this at all. But, you know, it's personal preferences. I like certain challenges, other people like other ones. And there's generally going to be at least some challenges which you'll just end up liking more than others, so there probably are people out there that really like this one. And it's kind of interesting at least how you actually have to use these two items together. So, you know, it's got ups and downs, but I am mostly doing it for the reward, because the reward you get for beating this challenge is actually just a really fun item for future playthroughs, so definitely going to be doing that. I'm taking a lot of damage here for some reason. I'm not really sure why I'm doing that. Not a very good idea at all. And I think I'm just going to go to the boss first, and then I'll go back for those hearts. It doesn't really matter too much. Just be careful that you don't run into the boss. That way the tears do attract the boss as well, after all. So be very, very, very careful. Otherwise, you might accidentally end up killing yourself with the boss, and that would be hilarious, but not very effective. I'm gonna try not to grab that soul heart, but it's not working with me right now, because I would like it for like the next floor. This is actually quite useful. It's the placenta, and it gives you regeneration, and I'm not actually sure how it works, but every now and then we're just gonna receive half of a red heart just for free, and I don't know really why. It seems time-based, but sometimes it just seems to take longer than other times, so I'm honestly not 100% sure what causes it, but fair enough, I guess. Either way, we are just about done with this first floor. I think I'm gonna try and find our secret room, which I'm guessing is over here. I don't think there were any tinted rocks on this floor at all, which is unfortunate, but alright. So much for that, I suppose. In that case, I'm just gonna grab the heart and move on. And just cry a little bit that we used our only bomb to do that, but that's just how it is sometimes. Secret rooms are tricksy, and they like to hide in places where you're not looking. But fair enough. We made it past basement 1. We've got a soul heart, so getting the devil deal is hopefully not too difficult, but we do have some stuff to deal with, obviously. It sometimes might actually be better just not to fire at all, because that way you can put some more, like, it might be a little bit easier to put distance in between you and the enemies before you start shooting them, and then you won't have to worry about them running into you as much as they just did. So I'm going to play this a little bit carefully, just going to play with anti-gravity a bunch and just have a whole bunch of tears fly in that general direction. And just going to try and make it as safe for me as possible without ending up being dead, because that would be the opposite of safety, I suppose. You know, if you want to be pedantic about the whole thing, that would technically be true. And we're fighting Envy, which is probably the worst. Like, that is probably actually the worst one we could have fought at any point, to be perfectly honest, because this is obviously an enemy whose sole attack is running into you, and you just saw it fly. Like, it is very, very, very sensitive to this weapon right here, so we're just gonna do it very carefully. Just gonna try to stay far, far away from it, and try not to accidentally run it into ourselves, which, as you can see, is not the most difficult thing in the world, because it just flies all over the place. But I think we got this. Just gotta keep this up, and just try to keep the two separated, really. Just try to keep one far away from all the other ones, and just focus it down until there are no more left in the end. But God, this is like the one boss you really don't want to see during this challenge, and naturally he appears in the basement before we have any damage ups at all. It's just peachy, but we're getting through this sort of slowly but surely. 5 tiers to even kill the small heads. Like, that's what we're dealing with here right now. It's just, not fun at all. But slowly but surely everything's going to get destroyed, and then everything won't hurt so much anymore. Then I won't have to deal with this music anymore. Although this is like the only chance you actually get to hear like this song for this long, I suppose, because usually like fighting these guys takes like 10 or 20 seconds or something like that, and then you just move onwards. But with a build like this, you just have to be so careful. I'm really dependent on my Devil Deal during this challenge, because I want to just get damage. And the Devil Deal is pretty much my only option. There's technically a chance I can get some from the boss after killing him, and obviously we could fight the Fallen as well, and then we're gonna get some damage as well. And there's just certain bosses which drop certain items as well, which could deal some damage, but overall, I would just like to get my Devil Deal and get something cool. God, I'm having trouble hitting this guy. And we're basically getting nothing in return. That was fun. I'm surprised we didn't take any damage there, though, so I'm pretty happy about that at least, but man, it can get pretty spooky. Especially with stuff like this as well. Like, if you have like a whole bunch of tiers next to each other, you can just see them fly really fast from one area to the other, and it can get spooky. It's just also one of those weapons where if you have a lot of tiers flying in the air thanks to anti-gravity, you'll end up with like things just going through rocks and stuff as well sometimes. It's just quite terrifying. That's just how like strong the gravity can be with this ridiculousness, but what are you gonna do? I'm hoping we can actually get some money or something somewhere. All the money is like hidden behind rocks and things. I was tempted to get that key, but it's a bit pointless. It's not worth like wasting a bomb over, in my opinion. Oh God, that was sketchy as hell. It still is. I would be glad to get out of the basement, because the basement is like the sole area for spiders and horrible nasty things, and spiders in this game are just the worst. I do not like fighting spiders in this game compared to a lot of other enemy types, and the less amount of spiders we have to fight, the happier I'm going to be. I'm hoping we can get another soul heart here, but it doesn't look like it. I don't see it. Oh, no, wait, there's a tinted rock over here. It looks so similar to all the other ones as well. I'm just so bad at seeing tinted rocks in this game. I genuinely am. And I'm always glad when I do end up seeing it. And we did get another soul heart, so that was definitely worthwhile. It can be a little bit more risky during the boss battle, and that's going to be great. Hopefully we can get ourselves some money somehow. There's a chance the boss is going to drop some money as well. It's an item that can drop. And Monstro, that's just great. But at least this is a boss that sort of jumps around a lot, so we can actually like just place a whole bunch of tiers like this, and then he'll just land in all of them. And he'll go through our little trail of nonsense, which will just destroy him slowly but surely. Just gotta make sure you don't accidentally get destroyed by him in the meantime. But as long as we just sort of circle through this room, then cool stuff. This is kind of the interesting part of this challenge, though. Like, you just see like the weirdest movement, like the weirdest strategies occur because of this combination of items, and it does make it a little bit more interesting. Wooden spoon, speed's not bad, I suppose. Well, fair enough, I guess. That does make life a lot easier. I do want to make this challenge as easy as possible for me, obviously, and the Dark Bum is definitely not going to make it more difficult, I would imagine, unless he only decides to drop spiders, but he's already paid off. He is already paid off. I will go back to get those remaining hearts, and we will have quite a lot of health at our disposal, so all in all, going pretty good. Was there a heart over here? There usually is like one heart in here, so it's generally worth checking out. Even if the icon on the map doesn't show a heart here, it's generally worth going back for it just to make sure that there is a heart or not, because like I said, like often there just is one, and you know, with that little dark bum over there, he is very good at turning it into something a little bit more useful. And that's exactly what he decided to do this day. And next floor we go. How many floors do we have to go? Oh, we only have to beat, like, Mom's Foot, so this definitely shouldn't be too hard with the build we have available to us right now. We have a lot of health available. With some luck, we can get some more devil deals where we actually get a little bit more damage, but even if we don't, I think we should probably be okay. I'm just tapping the button right now to attack as well, just because it's just a little bit easier in a lot of situations to be able to have the tears fly towards them immediately. Like in a situation like this, like it's just not doable to hold the button down. And even more so, wow. It's hilarious, like they've nerfed this guy like 2 times already and he's still just so powerful. He still just drops so many soul hearts just all the time. Even though he can drop spiders now, it's still just so likely you're gonna get such good items, and maybe one day it'll get nerfed to the point of uselessness, but until then, it is just such a good item to take with you, even on hard mode, where the amount of like red hearts that drop is considerably lowered comparatively. Like on normal mode, you pretty much get red hearts from just about every single boss you fight. And in hard mode, that is, I think only the champions drop red hearts if you kill them. So you don't even get red hearts from like every boss at all. It's it can get pretty scary. But so far, even though those rules are in place, we are getting a lot of soul hearts, a lot of black hearts, and all in all, a whole bunch of good stuff. And I will be taking that indeed, because that will spawn even more red hearts. And that is obviously great when combined with the Dark Bum. And as such, it would be silly not to take it. This is also a pretty good use for this item, just because you can sort of drag it away from like scary places and then you can just grab it. And even though we could like destroy the fire now, sometimes chests are in between a whole bunch of spikes and you can just use this weapon to just get it close to you. So here's a bunch of nothing, but there's a whole bunch of enemies coming our way. And I don't want to deal with any of them, although there's not that many. Unless there's just a whole bunch. Yeah, there's still one over there, but this is like just 4 enemies in this giant room. Yeah, that was it. Wow, that was absurd. But fair enough, I guess. Gertie Jr., kind of an annoying boss to fight in general because he sort of flies all over the place. With this build, even worse, because look at it. Oh god, this is going to be a thing. But I think we might take... Yeah, I'm just going to take some deliberate damage here just to speed up the battle. I'm just going to call it deliberate damage, even though it clearly isn't, and I'm just going to die a whole bunch. But hopefully we can just get a whole bunch of hearts at our disposal anyway, and I'm just going to pretend that everything's okay. We at least have regeneration as well, so even if we do get to red hearts, there's a reasonable chance we're just going to heal up anyway. And that's some more health as well. Drop some hearts. I may have been wrong about only champions dropping hearts, but I'll take that. I will definitely take that. That can definitely lead to some pretty good items in the long run, so not at all a bad thing to grab. And I'm just going to explore the rest of this floor, why not? Nothing really stopping me from doing so, and we might get some more hearts, and that is always worthwhile, obviously. We've got a bomb at our disposal, so we can go here. Where were those two? Oh, the two golden chests were in the challenge room, I forgot. I thought they were just sort of hanging out in a different spot. Yeah, I thought they were just hanging out somewhere in a room blocked by something that required a bomb, but I don't know why I was thinking that, actually, given the fact that that's just clearly not the case. But whatevs. We're just going to destroy everything here. Just going to have a whole bunch of tears going up, boom, and manage to still not kill the enemy, but at least we stopped it from being blocked over there. I'm tempted to go into that room I have to bomb into, but simultaneously, I'm also tempted to... Oh, that's bad. Like, I'm also tempted to see if the room next to it is a secret room instead, which would make it potentially impossible to get in there if it isn't, but if it is, that would actually be pretty useful as well. Do I want this more? Not really. We're almost out of poop land. If we'd gotten this in the previous room, I would have gladly taken it, but as it is, I'd rather not. I don't think it could be here, though. But I guess I could try. I might be wrong on that. No, it is. Alright, I'm just entirely wrong. Don't mind me, I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh. Shouldn't be shooting like tears while the bomb's still exploding, because it will just attract the bomb as well, so that would be kind of a silly. That would be a silly thing. And the bed is locked, so we can't really go there. And we can also not go underneath the carpet on account that we don't have a bomb. But we might be able to buy one in this store. I was kind of hoping there would just be something in there in general, but I guess not. So now we just gotta take care of these guys. Hopefully our store is safe. I believe this is still the Caves 1, so yeah, it is. There should be no greed. That's... Like, I do really want the soul heart, but simultaneously, that's just too good. The humbling bundle. And I will gladly take that. I would have liked the bomb, obviously, but yeah, like, this one coin now turned into 2 coins, and that's basically how that item works. It is really, really good. Especially on account that if I now get a heart drop, it would be 2 hearts and stuff like that, and that would just really help out with the dark bomb, obviously. I'm gonna see if there's red hearts in these fires as well before moving onwards. And the answer to that is no. So that's sad, but nothing I can do about it. I think I'm just gonna move on to the caves number 2. And see what's waiting for us over here. And the answer is more caves, which is not overly surprising. But, God, this is awful. This is really bad in terms of what enemies could possibly spawn in a room. Because these guys are just so fast in general already, and having them, like, be attracted to my tears is making life a lot more terrifying. But as long as we can just sort of split them up like this, we can very easily take them down. But I do not like fighting these guys in general. Fighting them with tears that, like, attracts them, even worse. But we're doing pretty okay. I'm glad that this is just a big room as well. Like, in smaller rooms, these guys are a lot more dangerous, because it's very hard to stay away from them if there's just a whole bunch of rocks or something blocking your way. And there is a couple rooms where there's just a whole bunch of rocks and there's just virtually nothing you can do, unless you can deal a pretty large amount of damage. And our damage is not good right now. It's not good at all. I want to deal more damage. I want more hearts to drop, which I'm surprised at how little hearts are dropping right now on account that we do have, like, the child's heart as well. If I take damage here, it'll just insta-kill everyone on account that I have a black heart that's nearly run out. So it wouldn't really matter too much if I got hit there, but I'd rather not, obviously. Oh, God, and there's a whole bunch of exploding spiders. Alright, that took care of a lot of them. That's very nice, actually. If we can, like, combine a whole bunch of these explosives, that would be good, but this is also pretty horrible in terms of enemies, because those, like, round dudes are just kind of horrendous when they are attracted to your tears. Simultaneously, though, if I can just blow up some of that TNT, that would, like, kill them very easily as well. There's a lot of bombs in this room. I don't think I've ever seen this room before. It looks weird. But fair enough, I suppose. Didn't take us to any secret rooms, so I'm kind of sad about that. I will also not visit that cursed room until we're done here, I don't think. This is sad. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. Wow, the Mask of Infamy actually blocked a tear. It's always good when you see your character become, like, slightly blue to indicate that you did indeed block the tear, because it's oddly satisfying to have that randomly occur. It really is. And I'm always scared when I get hit by tears, very obviously. But it worked out. The Mask of Infamy is our friend once more. It's actually being quite kind to us during these recordings so far, so I'm quite happy about that. It's been very useful. I don't even see it, like, half the time, but when I do, it's like, oh yeah. Glad I opened that random golden chest somewhere. And everyone screamed, yay. But, alright, let's see if we can hit him with a bomb. Please don't push it. Ah, man. Well, at least we killed that guy, I guess, but I would have liked to get that chest, and if he didn't move the bomb slightly, it would have made a small bridge over the thing. Oh, look at that. We got 2 hearts out of that thing. And it spawned a small spider, which is not the greatest, but it can deal a lot of damage to that guy, so I'm hoping that the spider... There we go. The spider realized what its goal in life is. Another 2 hearts. Wow. Craziness. That's just how good, like, the humbling bundle is. It can just get so crazy in terms of hearts. And I'm going to destroy everyone here before trying to kill Gertie over here, because our damage, as you can see, look at how long it takes to kill any of these guys. I mean, I know they're champions, but still, that's not good. Oops, well, that's fine. So you can actually, like, the tears will always shoot in the direction you, like, aimed at while you were holding the button. So you can just sort of move around, and they will just still go left if you originally, like, aimed them to go left. So I'm just gonna aim them to go up here for a while, and then just make them all go in that direction when he starts shooting at me. And that's how we gonna do it. I'm not sure if this actually deals more damage if I let them float here for a while, but I enjoyed doing it, and that's really all that counts in this particular moment of my life. This might take a while, but I highly doubt he's gonna be able to kill me if he just keeps shooting me. I hope he doesn't spawn more stuff, and I'm just gonna keep tapping the button. And immediately when I say that, he spawns more stuff, but it's fine. We deal enough damage to quickly kill, like, the red flies at least, so I'm pretty okay with that. But obviously, I would like if he just didn't spawn anything and then just let himself be killed, because that would work out better for me. And I only care about me while playing this game. I don't care about Gertie or any of the other people we're finding here. We're gonna destroy everyone and win. And then get hit by a random fly because we're bad. But that's fine. Sometimes you have to be bad to be good or something. And that was that. We actually got a soul heart just for killing him. That's fun. I enjoy that immensely. I'll pick those up at some point. Tears up is... Oh, there we go. I would forget how that item works sometimes. Even when I'm constantly using it, I forget how it works sometimes. It's weird. Get me things. That's just nothing. That's just a bunch of spiders, but... Alright, fair enough, I guess. I guess I'll just keep exploring this floor for a while. I do want to go back into that curse room after all. And I do want that as well, obviously. 2 more soul hearts. Oh my god, Dark Bum, you are my best friend in this game by a considerable long shot. Get me that chest. Just come closer to me, little chest, so I may open you and get Tommy's head. Or Emperor card. That's actually quite good as well, because that is going to mean we don't have to go through the depths too. I think I'm going to use it there. And that's just a bunch. Of course we get telepills. Of course we get telepills, which means we have to go back into the curse room to get our card back. Alright, cool. And puberty. It's just a weird little visual effect. I don't know if I've ever seen that one while recording before, but it's kind of neat, but it doesn't actually do anything. I'm gonna get this and hope that there are hearts inside it. And the answer to that is no, but we got 4 bombs in return, so that is definitely worthwhile in the end. Can we get a secret room? Would that be nice? Nope. Alright, fair enough. If that's how we're going to play this game, then that is how we're going to do it. But I can open this chest over here. Maybe we can get even more bombs out of it. And we did. We got 2 of our bombs back again. Humbling Bundle. It's the best item ever put in a video game if you want a lot of things. And we do want a lot of things at any point in time. Briefly, I was worried that I forgot to pick up my Emperor card, but I didn't. I might actually go in here and then just use my Emperor card after opening these 2 chests, because this is going to spawn a whole bunch of things. And I don't particularly want to fight them, so I'm just going to do that. There we go. Oh god, why? The adversary is awful. I hate this guy so much. You pretty much just want to stay close to him and just sort of circle around him forever. Because he has this brimstone attack. He also has this jump attack where you want to stay away from him, obviously, but... when he starts to, like, move, you want to basically circle, like, a quarter circle around him, because that brimstone attack is just hard to avoid otherwise. And given that we have this attack, it's not so bad. He occasionally makes the screen dark, but that doesn't really do much. I kind of like it when he does that all the time. And he also, when he jumps up and then lands on you eventually... that technically counts as an explosion, so you can actually destroy the blue fires over here, as you saw previously. There we go. And that's another one down. It does make it a little bit darker, because the fires do actually light up the room when he uses that attack, which makes the entire room dark, but there's also the chance that there's a soul heart inside those things, and I do want those. I want those all day, every day, so we are going to have him destroy as much stuff as possible. It's actually going pretty good. It's mostly a problem when there's 2 of these guys, which occasionally happens as well. Then it becomes quite difficult. Then you just want to get them as close to each other as possible and just basically try to use the same strategy. Just stay close to them and just not get hit by that brimstone attack. That's pretty much the hardest thing to avoid for me otherwise. But we got him dead. Dropped a lot of hearts. And we got ourselves a health up. We got ourselves a black heart, blue heart. Pretty much only good stuff. And well, we might as well take it. Evil up, your enemies will pay. I think this means that when I, like, take damage, there's a chance that it'll damage the entire room, kind of like a black heart would, but it's a weird one. I've seen it do weird things. I don't fully understand when it works, but it does sometimes. I'm just gonna go inside here and hope that there's cool stuff inside. And we got a golden key. I don't think we've actually seen those before. We might have, but I may have forgotten. And the golden key basically means that for the rest of this floor, I do not need to consume keys to, like, open lock things anymore. I just open them, and it is great. It means we can still go into our shop, which I was a little bit worried about when using 2 keys there. Got ourselves a ghost baby, which I'm never going to say no to in a situation like this. Gonna break these 2 as well, though. It's kind of hoping for another black heart, but our health is really, really good right now, so I'm not overly concerned about the situation that we're currently living in. And just gonna take these guys down with our ghost baby, adding a lot of extra tears to our repertoire. And that's about that. And just gonna keep shooting things. These guys are actually surprisingly annoying. I didn't actually expect them to be this annoying, but they are quite good at flying all over the place right now. So definitely be careful with those guys. These guys are just gonna stand still, but the purple tears are homing tears. At basically any time a tear is purple, it's a homing tear. And you gotta keep that in mind, because it can just make some weird directional choices sometimes. Can we get another black heart? Nope. More skulls. I don't want skulls. I want black hearts, like those. Even though the champion still survived an entire black heart attack, it's still quite good. I want more of them. Even, like, I'm pretty sure we're just gonna safely get through this challenge, because this is the last floor we need to, like, beat before we've beaten the challenge. So I am pretty confident we're gonna get through this just fine, but it's never over until it's over with this game, and anything can still go horribly, horribly wrong. You can just lose all of your hearts if you're not paying close attention sometimes, and I've had it happen too many times to cheer immediately. I'm always a little bit skeptical about victory in this game, so we're just gonna play it as safe as can be. We blocked another tier with our mask, which again, still cool. These guys, when they actually do manage to hit you, you actually drop some coins, and that's kind of sad. Although right now, because of the humbling bundle, we might actually drop more coins than we had and actually gain money out of it. But I still wouldn't recommend taking the damage. This is kind of a nice idea though, unless he just decides to drop spiders. But as long as there's red hearts coming out of this thing, eternal heart, that's fun. Useless, but fun. Like, as long as those drop, then I'm gonna get a whole bunch of extra health. And we might get some extra bombs as well, and who knows what other cool stuff we're gonna get. Look at that. Look at all those soul hearts. That bomb went over a hole somehow. I'm gonna destroy that, and then we're gonna move on. As long as you play it safe, you'll probably be okay, but given that we have it just helped out so much. Like, that dark bomb helped out so much during this challenge, and we seem to be getting the dark bomb like every time we do a challenge, which is hilarious, but it doesn't really represent the challenge very well sometimes, and as you can see by just how many hearts I have. But sometimes you just gotta take it, because I'd rather not do a challenge too many times in a row because I'm failing it over and over, so I'd rather just play it safe, take that dark bomb, and survive another day very easily. Gotta watch out for those fires here, but killing these guys is going to be pretty easy because they are blocked by the fire as well. Like, they actually take damage from the fires as well. So if they run into that, then that's only good for me. So I'm just going to lure them over here, and eventually when I'm done here, I only have a couple left to kill over here because most of them just killed themselves over there because they're a bunch of sillies. But somehow we dodged that tier, and somehow we dodged that one as well. He dropped a spider, which is not good, but fair enough. And I'm just going to destroy all of these skulls over here because there's quite a lot we can very easily hit at once. There is a tarot card over there, which might be a joker. If it's a joker card, I'm going to be very happy because it means we get another devil deal during this challenge. He's going to get rid of those enemies. And High Priestess, I know what you are this time. Diamonds, useless, but okay. I'm just going to use my death card over here. Why not? And then I'm going to use the High Priestess here. Why not? Look, it killed an enemy for once. It didn't kill me. It does happen. And we're just briefly going to go into the store over here to see if there's anything. Just a battery. Which is useless because we don't have an item. But if we did, we would basically be able to have 2 charges available. Like charge our item until you have 2 full charges available. And that can be pretty useful sometimes. I kind of wish I waited. Or I kind of wish I entered the boss battle quicker because then that soul heart would be here. But I think we should be fine given that we're on full health. And even though our damage isn't that great, like, I think I'm capable of killing this boss at full health, regardless of what my build is. I'd like to think that's the case. But who knows? We're just going to play it as safe as we can until we are done. And that is going to bring us the victory, I do believe. We have gotten hit twice by that guy right now, which has really been the only enemy that's been able to hit us during this battle, but as long as we just leave it at that and don't get hit another like 10 times, we should be okay. Like damage-wise, we are definitely winning this one so far, but I am getting hit a lot right now. Like way more than I should be getting hit by this boss. Usually you get hit by this boss like once or twice, but not this many times. Even once or twice is sort of unacceptable, because obviously you want to get hit never. That's just sort of the point of the game. You want to get hit never. And we did some extra damage there using anti-gravity. God. I am glad I was at full health before this battle, because I am just messing this up catastropheically? Is that a word? I'm just going to use it forever now. Even though it's virtually unpronounceable and probably not used correctly, I'm just going to use that word for the rest of my life. Just to taunt everyone that decides to, something. Yeah. I'm just trying to think of words to say while I'm continuously shooting this boss. We didn't get a... Did we even get a single damage up during this? I don't remember if we did. I don't remember if we got a single damage up during this entire run. We got the goat head. Like, what items do we have? We have the goat head. We have, like, extra tears and stuff. But other than that, like, it's been a dark bone. Did we get the pact? I don't remember. Either way, we're just gonna kill these remaining health bars. Like, we took so much damage during this battle. I mean, I guess I was maybe a little bit lax on, like, due to the fact that we, like, because we had full health, I was being a little bit less safe than usual, but man, that was ridiculous. I'm just gonna take this. Doesn't actually do anything because we're done here, but there is that. And the reward is the Death's Touch. And Death's Touch is a really fun item, and I'm hoping to get it as soon as possible during any of the following runs. And I hope you guys enjoyed it so far. And the next time we play, we are either going to do the host challenge, or we are going to do another one. Haven't really decided yet, but we'll see that next time. Bye-bye.